I'll go slow, so you can stop me if I'm going fast. So coming to the softwares, right? So here you can see database interface designer, design studio, integration flow designer, resource and registry. So these are the four different topics that you will be seeing it. So database interface designer is used for to connect to any of the database. Okay, and
Okay.
will perform some activities. So for that it will be used. And then we have an integration flow designer. So that will be connecting to different flows, different maps. And then resource registry basically kind of on a repository things, okay, to be used. And the design studio is a main portion, and that will be used to develop our type trees and WTX maps. Okay. So earlier we have a type tree maker, one of the option like this. In the version 9 and 10, they have taken out. Okay. And this database interface designer, integration flow designer, resource and registry, it is very rarely used component. Okay. The main thing we are going to use it design studio only. Remaining all are just good to understand the concept should be enough. We are not going to do that level of development because again now we know, right? We everybody moving to one of modern technology, modern stuff. So only the WTX is used only for a transformation, and the majority of the EDI world WTX is in use.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. So
So,
now.
and I'm sorry to interrupt. So here, so when we go for any of the projects which are using the ITX, right? So they will
Mhm.
be making use of only design studio components or everything.
Correct. Only the design studio component. See, I'm in this industry, right? For
Mm.
14 plus years.
Yeah.
I did not even use any of the other options still.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm dealing with many of the EDA transactions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, I worked for a different domains. I mean to say, I worked for healthcare. I worked for banking sectors. Okay.
Yeah.
But everywhere whatever we use, this software is mainly used for only the transformations. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
remaining nobody is using. And then they have the EDA one, they already have the pre-built packages. Okay,
Okay.
so example, if 834 transaction is there, then they will be again do some XML conversion, JSON
Mm.
conversion. So all these are there. Okay, so right now I'm majorly working on the healthcare industry. So in the healthcare industry, I'm majorly dealing with 834. It is related
Enrollment.
to enrollment. 270, 271. Okay, and then 999, and then we have some compliance checks. So these are the few things, but majorly we are working only using the design studio.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So coming to on a version 10, so here also the same things we have: interface designer, design studio, integration flow designer, and resource and registry. And this is something like I told you, right? In the healthcare, they do our compliance maps built. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the compliance map already pre-built by the IBM team. Okay, the core IBM product team. So they given us. So we are going to use it because that had a very lot of again lot of rules in it that will be used for a validation purpose. So that's where I have this release detail. So I do have that version installed. Now I'll go to one design studio. So remaining things we can explore later. Okay.
Okay.
I'll go to one design studio.
One thing, Anand, like during this installation, right? So we have this Java version also, right? Like by default, Java 8, I think, and
No, no.
higher
I
version
think
of Java we can support. Like
yeah, it will be. It will be.
so for installing, right? What I did is I just had a fix pack was available
Mm-hmm.
in the IBM portal. So that particular version I downloaded and I have installed it. So 10
Okay.
version 10 I have installed. So
Oh.
so that fixed version is enough, or
Yeah, See, that's why I'm going to show you what is the difference. See, I talked about different version and different type of supports, right? So
Yeah,
that's why I do have a two version in this system. So I'm just want to show you here what are the major thing, so that you can get an idea. Okay,
okay.
so
Yeah.
then we can jump on to one the lab exercise.
Mm.
So again, this one, and then again labs you are going to do it one by one. Okay, so
Sure, sure.
before we get into that, at least you should get an idea. Okay, what
Mm.
are the things is that? Okay, so
Okay.
when coming to on this one, as I told, it's completely Eclipse based platform. Okay,
Okay.
and so here, right, it's okay. Let me let it be there. Fine. So if you see, this is almost similar like again the Eclipse. You will have open, edit, search, project, build, some rules, tree, windows, help. Majority of the options will be available. Okay. So what you have to do if you are creating in a new project, it's like how you are doing in a Java or this, right? You go to one a file, create an a new, okay, and then here you need to select the extended project. Okay, so whenever you go, you will see this project, then you will be seeing map source, type trees, some of the things. But when you go with this one, always go with the file new extended project. Okay, or you can go from here also, right click new, you can go with an extended project. Okay, on this
Okay.
particular window also you can click, right click, go for an extend project, or from the file new extend project you can go. Okay,
No.
so you can give the name of the project and you can click on the create. So what it will be doing, it will be creating in a folder structure. Okay, so when you create a Java Spring Boot services, right, it will be again, by default it will be creating in a folders, right, with the
Correct.
Java. So similar like when you create a projects in the WTX, okay, so these are the default folders will be available. One is in a configurations file. Example, if you are maintaining any configurations, you can maintain in this. Anything related to database you can maintain in this. Any DTD files you can maintain, JCL files, and map executable file. This you are not going to copy anything, but whenever the map we do the build, run, and all right, there will be things again. The map will be getting added. Okay, the executable runnable file will be added. Then the map file is where majority of our map file will go.
No.
Then this MRA file, again we are not using it. So these are now miscellaneous other things, so you no need to worry. So if you have any resource file, these things you can maintain this one. And then we have a schema specific folder. So if you are maintaining a schema visual, that you can maintain under this. So similar that, right, we have other folders. Then we have some folders called type trees. Okay, then we do have XML XSLTs. Again, these are all XSLTs we are not using in the WTX, but they have these options. So from this majority things we are going to use the map folders and the type tree folders. So type tree, right? So basically, so you are not aware of the schemas, right? Visual and schema,
Mm. Not. Yeah.
right? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just show you some sample. Okay, so if you see, whenever we expose on a web service, okay, so you know, right, what type of services? Web services is mainly focused for web development. I mean, any of the desktop applications. So earlier, everybody used the SOAP patterns. Then now it is a Rust. Now we have GraphQL and lot of other things in the place. So now, if you take an example, this is a WSDL and schemas. So what this will be giving, it will be telling what is the request and response of any of your services. Example, this is a one service I'm talking about. Find a remote summary. It will have structure. So what is the field it should come? What is the order? and then what is the this one? So remote structure should have identity, data role, some scuff number, home code, and remote message ID. Okay, and same if it is a response, these are the structure. So error should be in a multiple, and then message summary should be multiple occurrence, and these are the information should be present, and whether it is a mandatory or optional. So all of this will be there. So basically, this is a structure. Okay, I mean when the response is written, this is a structure that should be used. Okay, so this is the schemas one. So similar one, right? We have the Swagger file. Okay, so Swagger file basically to define the request response and what should happen to that Rust API. That is called Swagger file. So Swagger, you can just check it in any different places again, and the browser also. Default Swagger options will be there. Okay. So now, so you are clear with this for structures, right? Project and the folder structures. Okay. Now, when we want to create an map, okay, what are the details that you need it? Okay, so as I mentioned, this is used for a transformation, meaning one format to the other format we are going to. So now one format to another format, it can be in a JSON, it can be in a XML, or it can be in a fixed length message, okay, or it can be an EDI messages also, which we are going to transform to the another format. It can be EDI to XML, EDI to JSON, or XML to JSON, XML to copybook, or I mean fixed length to XML, XML to fixed length, or XML to this one. So now, as I mentioned, we need two details: input side, output side. You just imagine you are new to do the transform. You are going to accept one format and produce the output of the other format. Now, in the input side, if you are considering XML is your input and output you are giving it as a fixed message. So now what are the details that you needed? Now, from the input side, if I'm talking about XML message, I should know the structure, right?
Correct.
So, as I shown here, right, we should know the structure, right? So, example, if the request means it should follow this order. I mean, so, find remote summary is the root. Inside context, inside identity, data role, all this should be there, right? Okay. Example, this is your structure. So this is your root field. When you do the one format to the other format transformation, so you need a structure, right?
Correct.
Otherwise, we cannot do the transformation, right? So you need to understand what is the things will be coming, what is the format, what is the order, whether it is a mandatory or optional. Okay, so these are the things you need to understand. So same goes for the output side also. Okay, so what are the structure that you need to produce output, whether it is a mandatory or optional. If it is a mandatory, what logics has to be done? If it is optional, what has to be done? Is there any logics we need to apply? Example, if backend is, if input side, if I'm getting first name, so the example name I'm getting, okay, it will be it will be containing first name, last name, and middle name. Okay, but the output side, if they are expecting first name as a separate field, middle name is a separate field, and last name is a separate field. But in the incoming, it will be just name combining all three: first
Okay.
name, last name, and middle name. So for that, so you need to do that logic, right? So that cannot be direct one-to-one map. So for that, you need to do the mapping of taking first 15 character for first name, middle one character for middle name, next 15 character for last name. So if this is the what they are telling, then you have to do that logic. In example, in Java, if you are doing it like using a substring, those options, right? Similar, we have to do it and do that transformation. Okay. So you are clear?
Yeah. So the input format and output format. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. And if there is any logic, so as I given an example, input side only the name is coming, but output side they're expecting first name, middle name, last name as a separate fields. Then you need to get the clarity. What is the mapping? You have to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So you are clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So the first most thing that is we needed for to develop any WTX map, we should have an input structure, we should have an output structure, and we should have the mapping informations.
Okay. So this will be provided by the source team or the application
Correct.
owner. Yeah.
Correct. So example, you are developing, you are going to do one WTX development. So there will be one source and target team will be sitting, right? And
Yeah.
there will be some common person. If some they are doing that integration or transformation, right? They will give some. I mean, definitely one BO or any product owner or business analyst, somebody will be sitting. We will be already having an idea about input output structures, what logic has to be applied for each field. They can able to give you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you collected a input output structure. Okay. So what is next? So now now we can do the transform. Okay. So now what is needed? Now I am going to perform a transformation. So the next step, I want to test this out, right? And see whether this transformation, whatever we have done, the format, the XML to JSON, is it happening or not? So we need a message, right?
Yes.
So the next foremost important point, after receiving input output structure mapping detail, you should ask for an input data.
Okay.
Okay. So output, no need to worry. We are going to produce the output, and then you can ask them if they have a sample output that we can compare and verify the results. But input is very much needed. Again, that is a mandatory to develop any map.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So now you have input output structures, mapping details, you have input. So now you are good to start any transformations things. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, as I told, we'll take an example of XML as an input, and I'm going to transform into on a JSON or fixed message. Okay. So whatever input I'm taking, that I'll put it in some files. Okay. Example, this I'll show you. Okay. So I have again, you can still maintain your own folders. Okay. If you want to see the other folders, then you have to come to the navigator views. Okay. So here you can able to see that. Here we can maintain our own files. For example, I'm going to do the transform. So I'll be having.
Anand, I'm not able to see the screen moving. Okay. Might be because of the internet.
Yeah, it will be little light delay.
Okay.
Okay, so you are seeing my screen.
Yeah. This is which window? Like this is an existing
I'm
project.
in yeah existing project. I'm in the file system. I'm just opening the messages. Okay, I just opened one message called Surface Soap. Are you seeing this?
That's SOA and
Yes, correct. So you are seeing, right? So as
yeah.
I mentioned, this is the input file. Okay, so add a structure and some values I'm putting. And if they are not giving when you start your development, you can still go ahead with your dummy values, but you need to maintain the structure. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have this one. So the next thing is to develop an map, right? We need a type tree. So now you have input, you have output structures, and you have input data. Now, to develop a map, you need a type tree. Okay. So what is type tree here? Right? It's basically the structure of the input output, which can be understood by this. Okay. So meaning if you are the Rust one Swagger file will be a common pattern, right? Which can be understood by any of the Rust system who are they're doing development. They'll use, they can understand. So similar that to understand the structure properties, so we need to create a type tree. Type tree is basically replica of the input and output messages. Okay, and the property of it. Example, okay, if you see this is the identity field, right? In the identity, if you see this will be a string field.
So Anand, can you share the simple example? This must be like a bigger one.
No, no. Again, you don't concentrate on multiple things. What I'm telling, see, the same example I told you here, we need to have the input and output structure. Now, input couple of fields will be there, right? As I told, identity one field, host home code is one field. Now, each field will have a property, right? See, when we are exposing, it can be a string or float or integer field type. And if it is size will be 1 to 20 characters. So these are the properties that will be set up, right?
Yeah.
So the same thing will be put into on a type tree, the same. So example, if you see, this is a field, identity is a one field. And for this, what is the property is a string, whether it can accept a null value or not. Again, I don't want to go depth. So it will be basically property of that particular field. So now this type tree also will be containing the same, okay? Meaning it will have the same fields, what is there in the schema or what is there in the swagger or what is there in the fixed length file. I was talking about fixed length copybook, right? Mainframe. So mainframe, we are dealing with the copybook. So that will be there. Now each one will have the details. So example, request. Request will have the components. Okay. So here in this case, patient segment, provider segment, client segment. Now inside the patient segment, what are the fields should be there? Then provider segment, what are the fields should be there? So like this. So this will have the same, this schema will be converted into on a WTX understandable format that is called type tree. The extension of the type tree will be .mtt. Okay. So M stand for marketer type tree. So that's why they still maintaining that MTT.
Okay.
So this will be the same. Input side we need to have a type tree. Output side we should have a type tree. What is this type tree will be doing it? It is exactly same as the schemas or the Swagger file, the JSON structure. It will have the say structure. What field should come first? What should come next? And whether it is a mandatory or optional. Whether it had a property. Example: first name should be a 20 character. Middle name should be one length, last name should be in a 20 character, and email id should be having an 50 characters. So like that, whatever we are defining, that will be available in the property. Okay, it will be there in the type tree. Okay, so now whatever the input structure, the output structure, example we are talking about input as an XML, output we are going to create it as a JSON. Now, input side XML, we should have the schema that will give this structure to us with the definition. And output side, we can use the JSON message or we can take the Swagger file. And sorry.
No.
So that will be converted to on a type tree. Okay, input, output side. Now, once the type tree created, we'll do the development of the map. So this I'm just showing an example. So see, before we get into it, right, you just get an overview.
Okay.
So this is there. Now, same way for output also I'll create. So I'll create one for request, one for response, and I'll maintain here. Now, any schemas we talked about that we are maintaining in the schema folder. So you can see here the corresponding schema file will be available here. Then if you go to on a map, okay, map will be in the extension of .mms. Okay, type tree will be .mtt. Map file extension will be .mms. Okay, that's how it will be there. Now, when you go to on a map, okay. So as I told, we are doing the transform one format to the other format. So here input side we call it as or input card. Okay, this is output side or output card. This side is whatever the message will be coming. This will be producing the output structure.
Okay.
Okay, so this will be the map, and the map will be following this one. If you see here, it's like you can see it as a tree structure. One parent and followed by the child things will be there. I'll explain you again in the
Sure.
upcoming sessions, right? You will be understanding why this child, sorry, parent, child, and
Mm.
even inside child's multiple this child's grandchild's and all, right? So this
Mm.
you can understand in the upcoming things. But the maps will be looks like this. It will have input side, output side. Input side, what is the format that we are accepting? Output side, what is the output that we are going to produce? So these are the information should be there. With this, we are going to perform this transformation. So any question?
So what I understood is like the type tree is a basically we are defining the structure of the input and output, and
Correct.
map is the place where we define the rules like how the transformation should happen. So
Correct.
that is the understanding, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So you are on track. Now we'll go to a lab. Okay. So the first lab, right?
Yeah.
So you need to understand the type trees and the properties of all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So for that, I have the first lab. Okay. So what you can do, okay, I'll show you here, then you can do that. Okay. So if you go to this one to create a type tree, so in the type tree folder, right click and go for an option, this one. So you see in a new import and export options. Okay. So this will be for the type trees. Okay.
Okay.
When you come here, you'll have only the type tree option from the project. But
Hmm.
if you want to deal with the type trees, you can click on the type tree folders and you'll see an, a three option. One is an a new, another one is an a import, other one is an export. When you go with the new, either we can create a file under the type tree, okay, any file, okay, or you
Okay.
can create a folders, then you can go with this one. If you want to create a type tree, then you have to go with that type tree options. So now I'll select the type tree. Okay. Now it will
So
be asking me to the
sorry to
name.
interrupt, Anand. So the file means here it's a flat file or
Any file you can keep. I mean, just an options there. So you can keep anything, but we are now focusing on the type trees.
okay.
Okay. So go to type tree, right click, go with the new and type tree options. Now we need to give the name. Okay. I'll say demo input type tree. Okay. I'm giving that. And here I need to select the project. Okay. After giving in a file name, then I need to select a project. Then click on the finish. Okay. So now you see it was empty. Now you see there is a demo input type tree. Okay. .mtt file has been generated. Right.
The
And
extension we need to exclusively give here, like
no need.
.md.
No need. So if you
No
see
need.
here, going input, say new type tree. See, here I'm typing demo output type tree. See, that's it. I did not
Oh,
type.
no
I'm select.
extension.
Yes,
Okay.
you no need to mention any
Anything.
extension. It will
Okay.
automatically take. I'll click on the finish. You
Oh.
see the file name. I did not mention the extension. I just
Hmm.
select the this one, and automatically .mtt extension will be added. Okay,
Okay.
it will be takes care automatically. Okay,
Yeah.
now I have type tree. So when I go here, in the other example when I shown, it had a lot of information, right, details. So
Hmm.
but here it is not there,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So that means we have to create it. Okay, so how we have to create? Okay, if you go to one type tree, right click on this root, I can click on the add option. Then it will ask, do you want to add a new type? Say yes. Okay. And it will be adding this one. I'll say root. Okay. I'll say root input. Okay. Input. I'm giving it. Now this is where you go to one of properties. Okay. And if you go to one of property for this particular field or the item we added, you understand that one something we added one this
Yeah.
one. Okay. And it will have the different categories. Example, that's why first you need to create add,
Add.
then right click this particular one, go for on a property.
Okay.
Okay. If you go to on a property, there will be a property tab opening. You can see this is a name. So here when I created that one item, I given some name. So is it possible to edit this one? Yes, you can do it. See,
Yeah. The name
right?
can be changed.
So
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
So that can be renamed anytime.
Mhm.
Okay. So you can do the renaming. Then what is the next one is on the class. So class, it will be talking about kind of what type of field this one. Okay. Simple understanding. So here we have three things. One is in a category, group,
Mhm.
and item. Okay. So
Okay.
if I in the group, sorry, category, it will be with this symbol, triple rectangle symbol.
Okay.
If I change this one to group,
Group. Okay.
okay, then you see it is changed to circle, right?
Yeah.
Then if I change that one to an item, then you see it is coming with an kind of a star,
Star. Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
it add a category, group, and item. Now you can ask me, when the type tree is there are three different type of classes that you showed me. One is
Correct.
in a category, another one is in a group,
Item.
then item.
Yes.
So when I have to choose which one,
Mhm. Correct.
right?
Yes.
Now I'll go back to the same example of the XML request. So here you see this find claim listing is on a root parent, right? And then I have a subgroup category called service category. Inside I have a field called identity. This is, we know some field going to have a value, and same home code format type is on a field which is going to get some value. Now any of this you can go with an item. Okay. So simple understanding. You are dealing with an member data. Okay. So member data is the parent one. Inside, employee ID, employee name, employee address, employer salary, employee department. These are the field that is going to have some value, right? That one you can go with an item. You're clear?
Meaning like this is the header record data, those kind, right? Like uh,
Correct.
yeah.
So
In
it's
that
a simple,
example,
right?
can you explain, Anand? Like you were
Okay.
showing
So
the example,
now,
right? Yeah.
yeah. So here, okay, I'll go identity, right? If you see identity is on a one field, I can go identity is on a item. So identity is a field.
Huh.
In this category, I'll take this as an item. Now I can give any description. This is an optional field. So you
Hmm.
want to give any description, you can give it. Then the intent is general. Then this should be setting some property, right? Example, this is an identity field, should be accepting the string value, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
now that one we are defining here. That's where you need to focus on this items. Now under items of classes, you see there is text by default will be coming when you
Hmm.
move to an item for a field. Now it have a number, text, date, and time for a syntax. Okay? So any of the string, this always fall under text. If you are dealing with an integer or floating, then you go with an number. Mostly integer you go with a number. Other than integer, float, other category you always go with the text. If you are dealing with any date and time field, you can go with the date and time. Okay, so this is just a property. Now here also, is it a binary or a normal character? Okay, so I'll go with the characters because we are not going to accept in binary input. It's a character, right? So I'll keep it. Then size. So first we set the type, whether it is a string or integer or this one we set it. After that we need to set the size. So now in the size, what is the min bytes, max bytes or characters? So you can go with this one. So if you are dealing with bytes, you go with the bytes. Otherwise, you go with the characters. Okay, example, 2 character as a minimum, maximum 20. So you can set this property.
So it is to set the size of the
Correct. For the
item.
particular field.
The
Okay. Yes. Now there is a pad. So what it will be doing? Example. Now we set it the min and max, right? Now you are creating a first name field, and you are setting minimum as 1 character, maximum as 15 character. Now, if you take my name or your name, it is only 5 character. My name is 5 character, right? Anand,
yeah.
right? But the maximum bytes for this one is 15. Then do we need to do any padding, or we need to ignore that is the question. Example, the maximum length for this is on a 15 bytes field. Okay. Now,
Hmm.
if less than 15 comes, what it has to do it? It has to do some padding. If it is only 5 character comes, map the 5. Or if it is coming 5 also, you make it a 15 bytes character, adding some, doing the some padding. So that's a meaning. Okay. So this will be no by default. If you want to do something, you can set it to yes. Then you see it will be telling what value has to be added if less than 15 character comes.
So
Okay.
padding in the sense like what the input field length, if it is less
Ah,
than what is the maximum.
character defined one, what is
So,
remaining
so
characters.
padding in the sense like adding spaces or squeezing spaces.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So, and then here also, right, if you are saying pad, then this also we have fixed bytes, min content. Again, it will be depends on your use case wise use case. Okay. So this will be helpful for on a fixed length messages. If you are dealing with EDI fixed length messages, this property will be used mainly. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So then what is the length bytes? Whether we need to do that space in the left side or right side, all these properties will be available. Okay. So
Okay.
this is for the pad. Now by default it will be no. You can set it to no. And
Okay.
now
So there is
coming to
that SP is written, no? So value in the padding, the first
no.
value
SP is a space.
space. Okay. We need to select it or
No, no. By
not.
default, yes. Again, if you are started working in WTX, right? Again, and now
Okay.
majority, hope you are using Copilot, other stuff, right? The AI
Yeah.
tools. Okay, you can ask in the WTX what is the stand for SP, that less than SP greater than symbol. Similar way, white space, different. I mean, each thing we have a different the character. Again, most of the time we are using space only. It is the yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you need more detail, you can refer IBM documentation, or you can ask the AI Copilot. Okay. Shall I move?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Now coming to the restrictions. Okay. So here also kind of whether we need to do any restriction for this, any value one or range characters, we can do it. So example, this one, if it is an email ID should have at the rate, these things, right? Those kind of properties can be dealt here. Okay. And this one. So if it is restriction, then whether we need to do the inclusion, exclusion, all this will be there. So again, this all you can explore. So I'm just going through the headings. Then coming to one language. Okay. So by default, it will be in a Western. Okay. And it will be a native. So Western is a normal plain English.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, majority of our services that we are developing, it's all English characters, right? So it should be a Western, and the data language should be this one. National language, it supports the different types. Okay. It supports Japanese, French, German, Italy, Spanish, and then again Brazil, Korean, and Chinese and Russians. So if we are dealing with any of this particular language data, I mean, if the data is coming, but that value is in this language, you can select any of these languages. Okay. But in our IT industry, so all this we are dealing with only the Western.
Western.
And yes, because we all are majority we are working for Canada or US clients or Australian clients, right? Yeah. So now coming to one data language. So now national language for what type of that speaking or this one. Coming to one data language, it will be many. Okay. Example, native. Native is the default one. This normal data is just coming called as a native. And then if it is an ASCII, EBCDIC, and then like this we have many different formats also. Okay, Latin, UTF is also different type. In IBM also we have many types. So if you are dealing with what type of the data language you are dealing with, then that particular language should be selected here. Okay. So most of the time we are dealing with native, ASCII, and EBCDIC. This is what we are dealing with. Okay.
Meaning that input data,
Correct.
what is the difference like native and ASCII?
One second. Okay. So you are seeing my screen, right? The browser one.
Yes.
Okay. In the world of EBCDIC, each character will be representing as 2 bytes. Okay. So if it is zero, 1 second. 1 second. 02. Now you see this is a meaning of the EBCDIC. So meaning, okay, simple word. This is our alphabetic characters. Okay. So to understand, if you scroll down, right, these are the characters again. We may not be understanding. So we'll go from the numbers. Okay, we'll start from ABCD. Okay. So in the normal alphabetic character A, it's equivalent of the EBCDIC, the ASCII of 81. Okay. So you see, this is a ASCII character and this is a EBCDIC characters. So when the A is, if the input, if you are sending an A, in the EBCDIC world, the value should be converted as a 61. Okay. Meaning
that EBCDIC in the sense like
so this is my value, right? This is
correct.
called native
Native.
value. Now ASCII or EBCDIC. Okay. First ASCII one. Okay. So for A is a 61.
61.
So
Okay.
61. What is the N? N for 6E. 6E. Then A is 61. Then N 6E. Then D. D is for 64. 64. So this is called ASCII. Okay.
Okay.
The ASCII character. Same for a EBCDIC. If it is A, the value of EBCDIC should be 81. Then N, it is 95. 95. Then 81, 95. And then the D for 84. 84. So this is an EBCDIC. Okay. Now this is the native one. This is the ASCII one. This is the EBCDIC. Okay, so you are understanding, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm good.
in the ASCII, if the value is coming as 61, E6, 61, E6,
Mm-hmm.
64, then it is equivalent of Anand in the
Oh,
native. Okay. If it is EBCDIC, it is coming as 81, 95, 81, 95, 84. Then it is equivalent of Anand in the native.
so these information, who will be providing us, like, or
Yes.
how to
So
choose
we follow
which
what we do.
particular version?
One second. I'm putting my laptop on. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm telling, when you get then a requirement, right? So we talked about input message, output message, then give me input file and mapping detail. Now, along with that, you need to ask what type of message format we are going to deal with it.
Okay. Message
Okay.
format. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they will be telling you whether it is a normal plain text. If they say plain text, it's a native. Okay. If they
Mm-hmm.
are saying FCD, then this is a format. If they are saying ASCII, that is the format.
Okay.
Okay. So now we need to understand if you are transforming to an input, if input they are telling, hey, input I'm sending in FCD, output you send it in a native. Okay. Now this property you need to set it. So input I'll be getting an FCD. So I'll set it as a FCD. Understand?
Yeah.
If input they're saying it is a plain come, but output you produce as a native. This one, okay? I mean FCD. So now
Yes.
here also I'll do the same once again. Again, so that's how you will be able to understand. Okay, I'll do it on this. Okay, I'll set it to item. Okay, so here also I'll keep text maximum 15. So here I'll enable padding as yes, then I'll leave as it is. Then I'll go to language. I'll change it to website. Okay. Now
Okay.
this will be my output side. This will be my input side. Now they are telling, hey, whatever the native comes, you give me it in the website format. That way my system will understand. Okay.
Mm.
Now we set it this property. You no need to worry. This is coming as Anand. So you are taking Anand as an input. But output, if you are setting it as acidic, automatically it will create this characters. That's a property we are setting.
Okay.
Understand, right?
Yeah.
So that's a property thing. Input side, whatever you are setting, that is the input you are going to consume. What is there you are setting in the output side? If data language you are setting, that particular format will be produced. Output will be coming. Okay.
Yeah.
So coming to the other things. I mean, this and all we are not using it. You can ignore it. This is a type. Basically, if you need to set any initiator, terminator, release, empty, these are all things you can set it. This will be helpful if you are dealing with an fixed length messages.
Okay.
So example, okay, what you are understanding from this message?
Maybe a
Check it.
username.
Okay.
So without space, we are having name, address, and state. Yeah.
Something, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there is something, but we don't know what is it, right?
What it is?
By
Yes.
saying it is name, some IT, some Bangalore, something is there.
Some
Okay,
alphanumeric.
something is there. Okay, now, now, will you able to understand now the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it is converted into multiple fields with
So,
five
so
limiters.
you are
Yeah.
able to identify. First one, as
Correct.
you said, this is simple alphanumeric character.
Alpha.
Name, this, that, we don't know what is it.
Mm.
But if you see second one,
Mm.
there's some delimiter. I
Mm.
mean, it's a separator or delimiter. You can whatever you want, you can call it. Some name, some number, then
Mm.
some kind of a I department something, then some address, right?
Mm.
These informations are there. So
Yeah.
now this is called initiator and terminator. Okay, between
Okay.
each and every value, the
Mm.
separator that we are going to use, right? What is that
Ah.
separator to identify? Okay. So example. Okay. Now I'll tell you. Are you able to understand something from this? From the
Yeah.
first, it's also name, but
It
something is
places
there.
between.
So you are
Correct.
not able to understand, right?
Mm. Mm.
Now, I mean, we are, by looking we can okay, but we really don't know what is it
What it
exactly,
is. Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So now also the similar one. Okay, here. So now you see we talked about fixed bytes also, right? So here there is no delimiter, but it has some fixed characters. I mean to say, if name should be as a 10 character, only 5 is there, remaining should be in a space. Here some ID remaining in some space. ID something is a space. Name, this is there. Both are valid, but it had a delimiter to separate it out of field. And
Mm.
with that, we are going again. This will be, see, here also we can able to do the transform, but here we are relying on the fixed messages, fixed length.
Mm.
Example, first 10 characters for name, next 10 characters for ID,
Okay.
next 5
Two types
characters for
of idea.
department,
Mm. Mm.
next some so and so character for address.
Mm.
Now, when you create a type tree, here you are setting the fixed messages. So first field you created as a name. Second, you will create it as an department ID. ID you are setting it as a 15 characters. Then IT is a department. Department you are setting it as a 15. Minimum 1, maximum 5. Address you are setting it as a minimum 1, maximum as 20. Now they are sending like this, right? So Anand, first 10 characters, ID 10 characters. Next 5 characters will be considered for a department. Now you see there is a one space is missed it here. Okay, while
Mm.
sending, they one space they missed it to add it. Okay,
Oh.
see if you see here, if you see, sorry,
Mm.
if you see this is the actual 5 character. You understand
Correct.
this is actual 5 character. Now by mistakes they forgot to add one space. Now this is the 5 characters. Now IT will take that. See, we mentioned 5 character you need to take. What we mentioned, first fill name, you first accommodate first 10 bytes. Second, for 10 bytes, you accommodate for an ID. Next 5 bytes, you accommodated for an department. Then next 20 bytes, you accommodated for an address. Okay. Now you see, again, it's a human error. They missed to add
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
space, but
Correct.
it is taking the next one.
Next
So
one.
in this case, again, the value here, the mapping is going to be wrong. It's not a
Mm.
mapping wrong. It's
Mm.
basically the data coming as a wrong.
The input
Okay,
data.
correct. But you consider this scenario. I have a delimiter. Okay, this is a 5 bytes of characters. Okay.
Mm.
Now, they are not even sending one space now. That is deleted. You understand? Same as what I explained. Now we are going to do the property set based on the delimiters. Okay. So
Yes.
see the concepts I'm explaining you why you
Mm.
need to use the initiator, terminators, and all.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case also it will be considering, but here it's everything is the fixed characters. Okay.
Mm.
But here we are going to tell whether it is a 5 byte, 16 byte. We are always going to align with the delimiters to identify the data. So here they no need to mention first 10 build first 10 field 10 bytes for a name. No need, because we are going to do that identification based on the initiator and terminator. Based on this simple understanding, based on this splitter property, we'll
Mm.
identify each and every field. So till the first splitter, it's a name. Till the second splitter, it is going to be ID. Till the third splitter, it's going to be a department. Till the fourth filter, it's going to be an address.
Address.
So those kind of informations will be dealt using an initiator, terminators, and all.
Yeah. In this example, Anand, so what would be the initiator here?
Okay. So I'll go to an literal. Okay. So when I go here, the value, I think for initiator, I can say new liner for in this case. Okay. I'll set SP. But the next field, the second field I'm setting,
Mm. Mm.
the value should be in a pipe symbol.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
Okay. So on here
So
also you can,
initiator in the sense how it begins, right?
so where
How
it
about
should
the
begin.
first field? I think the first field
See, that's why
might
we
be
are telling it's always a new line. I think NL is the new line, I guess,
NL.
not the space. Yeah, NL, I guess. 1 minute.
Okay.
And it's been long time again. We are
Okay.
not using majority of the things. Okay.
NL in ITX. So there is no major difference, right? The WX convention and ITX. So both are.
Correct. Okay,
So now
see,
they are
this is
calling it as ITX.
now they renamed it as a
Renamed it as
IBM Transformation Extender.
transformation.
Initially, it's a IBM. See, initially they kept it as a
WebSphere.
IBM WebSphere Transformation Extender. Okay, now they taken this WebSphere. It's a IBM Transformation Extender. They're calling. Okay, so
Yeah.
here you see, right? There are different characters. So again, if you need to learn everything, right, you can go one by one. Again, now we are not deep diving into that much level. See, now a lot of transformation has happened, right, industry wise. So now everybody talking on the AI now.
AI
So these
tools.
are, but not in depth. You no need to learn all the concept in. You no need to learn that in depth.
And even in
So,
projects also, very few will be using, correct?
yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay, but the reason I'm explaining you, you need to understand the product, you need to understand the properties, then only you can able to do the development easily. You can
Okay.
able to do the debug also very easily.
Okay.
So these are the main basic things that we need to learn.
So in
Okay,
case of
so now,
XML, what would be the delimiters? Like
so for XML, we no need of this
setting
initiator.
up. So it's a
No,
structure.
initiator will be there. Yeah, one
Hmm.
minute.
Yeah.
Initiator is there. It is an this one. The field, this one. Identity. This field name is an initiator. This
Okay.
will be an a terminator. Okay. So I'll
Hmm.
show you that once again in my the other projects. Right. If you see, this is the type tree. Okay. This is the request one. Okay. Okay. So here you see we created that, right? Now you see this is a property. I'm just showing you one property. Okay. You see this is an item. Some description is given. Text. So maximum bytes I'm giving 20. So there is no min. Okay.
Minimum. Okay.
The padded you see space.
Space.
Till what length it should padded? 20. Okay. It should padded on the left hand side. It should be any content. That means we are accepting this stuff. Then you see the data language is EBCDIC. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
okay. So EBCDIC, that this one. And for this initiator terminator is not there. Okay. So this we can leave one more thing. If you see this, okay, in the request one, okay, we go to one health identifier. Okay. This is the item. Okay. This is the item, right? In the item I
Yeah.
opened it. You see text. So here there is no minimum and
Minimum,
maximum.
maximum. Okay.
So padded no. Okay.
Hmm.
Restriction nothing. Language you see it's a native. So
Hmm.
you see in the other example it's acidic. Here it is a native.
Sure, sure.
That means output of that will be there. You see the initiator. Okay. You see
Literal, yes.
initiator literal.
Greater than symbol. Okay.
This
Okay, okay, got it.
okay. And what is the language of this? This one. What is the terminator for this? So you see, this is this one. So the simple meaning of this, it's a this one. Great less than symbol slash identity. So this is the same way.
So this is custom one or the inbuilt
No,
one?
again, it is not a, again, this is a inbuilt one, not a
Inbuilt.
custom. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
you need to understand. See, that's why I'm sitting
The
and
structure.
explaining property. That's the main thing, right?
Okay.
It's like if you are learning in a Java, so you need to understand this, right? Oops concepts, and then
Yes.
you need to similar one. This is a important. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, so these are properties. Okay. So similar that, so it have a initiator, terminator, all these properties can be there. So you are clear till
Yeah.
this
Yeah. Sure.
portion.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we talked about item,
Item. Correct.
right? In the
Input
property.
item. Yeah.
Yes. Now I have some subgroups. Okay. Example, address details will be categorized into an address group.
Uh,
You would have seen, right? In the if it is in a Rust or XML structure, there will be an address is one group. Inside address line 1, address line 2, cities. But in this case, address is in a group. For that kind of group, okay, you can create a field. Again, you can click, right click, add, say yes, give the name, okay, give the name, service context. This you can select it as a group, okay. The field you should go with an item. The group you should go with a group of the class. You are clear?
So it's a group which is holding identity as a data element.
It's going to hold that some element or some childs.
Okay. It's like header and value,
It's like a parent and child,
parent and child.
not a header body. It's a parent and child. Okay. So for that, you can create a context. You can set it as this one. Now you see when it was in the item, it had different properties,
Correct.
right? But you notice here, when I change it to a group, you see the properties becoming less, right?
Yes.
So now that's what I told you. This field level you should go with an item. Example, first name, last name, date of birth. Each field you should go with an item. For that you can set the property. If it is on a parent node will be containing the child, then you go with a group. That one we should be having an intent. Okay, intent will be general, and whether it should be a choice sequence, meaning we know, right, under a find claim list service contact should be coming. Okay, so service contact should not be coming after a home code format type, not like this. You're understanding, right? It should be coming first, then a home code format type should be coming.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is called sequence. So if you know that coming in the same format, you go within a sequence. If you don't know, they may send it here, or they may send it here, or they may send it here also. In that case, you can go with an unordered also.
Unordered. Okay.
Okay, now, okay, they have the context service, and they have the context service context one as another group. So two group they are having it. But in this two group, either one will be coming one in the request. It can be either service context or it can be service context one. If it is not, both cannot be come at the same time. It's not possible. Either one it will be coming, then you go with a choice. You're understanding?
Yeah. Meaning the choice. Yeah.
It can be, see, two groups you will be having, only one can come at a time.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Example, okay, you have an address. Okay.
Yeah.
It had a permanent address and it had a temporary address. Okay. And again, in India, right, some cases both are same, right? People will be staying on their home and they'll be keeping temporary and permanent both the same address, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll have one permanent address that can be any native, and some temporary address that wherever location they are working, that will be there.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Huh. Now, under address, if they are making permanent address and temporary address as a choice, that means if they have the permanent address, okay, then under address only permanent address will be coming. If they have the permanent and temporary address, then if you are considering only temporary address, then we'll be populating only temporary address. And you're understanding, right?
Yeah. I got it now. Yeah.
Okay, so that's how. So both permanent and temporary address cannot come at the same time. I mean, in this scenario, what I'm explaining. Okay, so if only one address can come under address, if you know that, then it will be a choice.
Okay.
Okay, and same example, under a group address, permanent address is coming, then temporary address also coming. Then you can create two elements. First is a permanent address, set it as a sequence. Then temporary address, that's a group also sequence, and then you can set that. So you're
So
clear?
we need to create multiple groups for that.
Depends on if they are the childs.
Okay.
Okay. If they are having childs, you can maintain it. Okay.
Yeah.
And inside, again, this properties and all we are not using much. And even for the group, we can have the initiator terminators.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is a partition here also, correct?
Once again. No, here we have
Terminator are also there.
yeah. So if you want to again, majority are not using any of these things. Okay. See,
Okay.
first time whatever I'm explaining, it's all going to be a manual to
Hmm.
understand the complete things for you. Okay.
Okay.
So now in the example, I'll show you that one second. If I go here, okay. So you see this is an group, right? And you see there is a initiator and there is a terminator also.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
meaning XML detail is the field it should accept, slash detail is the end field it should be for the ending of the field. Same here, service context is the root, slash service context is the end tag. That is
Hmm.
the term. Initiator will be this one in the XML. Okay. If it is
Okay.
in a fixed, we talked about pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So like that, it will be difference for each and these things. So this is a property of that. Okay. So you can see any of this will be having that information. Okay. So you are clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So now this also done, and here also do that.
So input and output same group needs to be there, like the
I
name.
told you, right? See, output I will be taking it as a FCD.
Hmm.
Input I will be accepting as a native. See,
Native.
this also there. See, it cannot be only XML to JSON, XML to fixed length. If they're telling, hey, my input is an XML, output also I want XML, but input message comes in then a native language, but I want the data should be in the FCD. That's how my system will understand. Then you can do this, right? Both
Yeah.
input output side you can maintain the same structure, but output side data language you can change it to FCD. That way FCD characters will be generated.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's the thing. So this will be in a group. Okay, this is done. Now another one is called categories. Add, I'll say operation. Okay. So now I told you when you need to use the group, when you need to use the item. Now we have the main route called operation, and then we are going to maintain the fields and all, right? So for that, the general option is in a category you can go. Under this operation, you can maintain a fields, okay? You can maintain a sub,
Group.
okay?
Okay.
Coming to this category, right? So category also properties. Okay, this also talks about this one and types and all, but majority of these things we are not using it. So this also again most of the things will be following the same, but this and all default things you will be using. This property we are mainly not using. I mean the category will not be used anywhere. Mainly item and groups will be dealing with any of that this one. Okay. Now I'll create another call. Here also I can do that add. I'll say root. Okay. Root. I'll make root as and same here. Create. Okay. For your understanding, I'll not create that root here. Create root. Okay. Root I'm setting it as a group. Okay. For your understanding, here I kept that category. Inside category, I'm maintaining all that. Here I am maintaining plainly. Okay. So now we know after a root, service contact should be coming. Inside identity should be coming, right? So how we can do that? Okay. So if you see, this is my root. Okay. So if you right click, it came as a property. If you double click, you see there is a something called component and rule you are seeing here, right?
Yeah.
Component. But if you right click, go to property, you're seeing the property of it. But simply if you double click, you're seeing a component. Now I'll go with the service because service contact should be having the child of identity. I'll go here, I'll drag the identity and drop it here. That's it. Okay. And I'll save this. Okay. do the same. Now you see service contacts having an identity. Okay. Now if I go to root should have the service contact. Then I'll drag the service contacts here. Now you see service contact, as soon as I add, it come in the this signal, right? The symbol. But
Correct.
if I go to the context, service context, you see I'm not seeing that tree extension.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go to root, it is showing because service contact it's already having the child of identity. That's why this tree symbol is coming and expand. Okay. And now here also same. I'll go to service contact. Here I'll drag and drop the identity. That's what I need a child. I'll go to this one. I'll add the service contact. I'll just drag. So you're seeing, right? I am able to add it. Okay. So this can be irrespective any place you can maintain it. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
now
why we
this is
did this, like this root and
so
service
because
one?
I told you, right? If you are dealing with an XML,
Mm-hmm.
it should follow the order, right? So this
Okay.
should be a root. Inside root, service contact should come.
Service.
Contact identity should be coming.
Okay.
So see, we are telling this is the only order it should come. This is the format it should come. Now
Mm.
if they cannot send like this, service contact identity outside of service contact they should not be sending. Okay, so it is a structure. It's a order that should be expected. So that's why we are doing it. Now we did it. Now we talked about optional or multiple options, right? In here you've seen it is an one and this is an option. Okay, so meaning if you see here, minimum is 0 and here minimum they did not set. So that means it's a mandatory. Identity is a mandatory. Data role is an option. That's why min occurrence they set it. Now, how I can make identities are optional in the type. So what you have to do, where this field is comes under service contact
Service.
in the component row. Now in the component row, go there, you need to do the right click, and here also you will see multiple options. And here there is a option called set range. So open this, the minimum will be 1, maximum will be 1. If you want to set it as minimum optional field, set the minimum as 0 and say okay. Now you see it is 0 colon 1k, right?
Okay.
That means
Yeah.
it can come or cannot be, but maximum it should be one time. Okay. Then if I'm setting this as a 10, minimum 0, maximum 10. If I'm setting this as a 1 minimum, then minimum one time it should come, maximum 10 times can come. Okay. If I'm setting 0 and this as n,
Yes. Yes.
yes, sir. Yeah, yes. Yeah, sorry. You know the terms.
No, no. I was exploring a bit. So
Right. Okay. So
before this.
now this one is S. S is for an infinity times. Okay. So this is
Yeah.
where we are setting whether it should come one time or multiple times. But if it is 1 colon 1, most of the time it will not be showing. Same for root. Okay. I'm in a root. How many times this context should be coming? I can set this. You see, it will be default to 1 colon 1. I can set it this as a 10. I mean 10 in the output. That means service contact can come minimum one time or maximum.
Hmm.
You're understanding, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
based on
now,
the structure, that envelope, XML
correct,
envelope, we need to
correct. Based on
call
the input
loop.
structures, we need to set this properties and the minimum occurrence, maximum occurrence, all this we have. Okay?
So it is in the loop format, like 1 to 10, 10
Correct,
times in the sense.
correct.
So
Okay,
the
meaning
structure can come under 10 times.
right. See, like this. Minimum 1, maximum 10. Like this.
Now I,
Right?
yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, what is the minimum and maximum times we can set it? So, now, this is the properties. These are the different type of fields that we are having it. Okay. Now, you created a type tree. You set the properties. You set the other things. Now, how do I know this type tree I created is valid?
Okay.
or I did some mistakes. How do I? Okay? So
Yeah.
in our Java's, hope which one you are working, which technology?
So I was into scripting. So
Oh, scripting
no
technology.
Visual, so
Python.
those kind. Yeah, Python.
Oh, okay. Fine. Yeah. So okay. So Python does not have a build, right?
Yeah,
Bad.
it won't. It won't.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you take a Java, right, before
Mm-hmm.
you go for an, running the service, you need to build it, right?
Mm.
So it will check whether you whatever you written is followed the standards, right? I mean, it had a rules, right? So function should be comes this way. Even in the Python, you have to do it, right? If you are defining
Correct.
the class, it should be with the define name of the class, then open brace, close
Mm-hmm.
brace with colon, then intent should be maintained.
Correct.
So these are
The
things,
structure.
property, everything. So now
Properties. Yes.
similar one, right? How do I know it is correct? So for that, we have something called a type tree validator. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
where you can find it, you have to open a type trees. For that first, go to one tree. Okay. There is a
Okay.
tree in the menu option. Hope you are seeing it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm able to now.
Okay. So go to tree, go to an analyzer. You see this analyzer?
Yeah, analyze. Yes, there are three
Yes.
options in it.
Analyze
Yeah.
three option. Whether you want to go with the only logic, or you want to go with only structure, or you want to go with the structure and logic. So
Okay.
the advice here, always select structure as well as logic.
Logic. Okay.
Okay. And what it will be asking, it will be popping up for the confirmation. Okay. I'm
So
doing one more
logic
time.
here in the sense the properties.
Logics of this one, the component rule we kept it, and then the properties, right? That's
Mm.
okay. So you see, it will be asking some confirmation. After I give it validated, if any error it shows, any warning it shows. Okay.
Okay.
You see, this is analyzed. It is telling no errors, no warning. Okay. This is very much important. Same here. If I go here, I'll open type, do the structure. Say yes, yes. See,
There is some
so
error. Okay.
what it is telling.
Padding something it is.
So the pad to the length of identity must be greater than 0. So property of this, okay, we set it the this one, right? Pad. We set
Yes.
it the length as 0, but you see
Okay.
the size is 15.
1 to 15. So yeah,
Correct.
minimum 1 to 15
Correct.
we.
So we'll go with the bytes. So always go with the bytes of the character. Okay. Let me remove this.
So
So
what is the
15.
difference? Like we can exclusively give the bytes, or we need to
You can
calculate
try
and then.
all. You try all of them. Okay.
Okay.
We have the lab session. Okay. You
Okay.
can try. Okay. Now the pad I set it to 15. Okay. Now I'll go analyze, do a structure, and this one. Now you see that error went or not.
Yeah, yeah, that way.
Okay. It had some warning. It's
Mm.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So the main thing you have to do it right before your development. Type tree should be created. It should be valid. Okay.
Mm.
So
Mm.
you need to have two type trees, one for the input side, one for the output side, with the properties or with that it is different format. That format of that all should be present, and you need to do the analysis. So this is your first job whenever you start with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Now in the example, I'll show you the other. So this is my project one, right? It had a type tree. I'll go to this. I'll do a structure and logic analysis. So you see, it done the analysis. There is no
Warning.
error. Well and good.
Mm.
Warning is 106. Warning can be fine. That will not be affecting anything our transformation or
Okay.
this. Okay. So warning
Yeah.
can be anything that can be okay. You no need to worry.
Mm.
Okay. But any error should be fixed before you start your actual development. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are clear with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So how is your feeling now?
Yeah,
Again,
some
you also
properties. Yeah, so got to know the structure and their properties, and also the type of distinguish between the two fields. What we do, like sometimes in a delimited world, it is might be the pipe or some other symbol, and for the XMLs, it is a structure like greater than symbol, and there will be a custom delimiter. So that's how we recognize the data.
okay. So hope you're. I mean, hope I'm not going fast. Okay, so you are able to catch up the things, right?
Yes. On the
Okay.
properties, I need to somehow I need to go through some of the documentation or self-reading that probably give me more
That's why if you
Mm.
see, right,
Yeah.
I have the lab sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, so lab sessions also instructions are given here. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
so
Hmm.
you can start doing one by one. Okay, the first lab to create a type tree defining the data structures. Okay, so I
Okay.
given examples how you have to do it. Okay, what are the details that you need to follow? Everything is given here.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so with the screenshots I given, I do have the lab sessions, the same data I have here. Okay, this I can share it with you. I think it is check. Yeah, I'm having it in PDF. I'll share you this, so you
Yeah.
can do this exercise. Okay,
Sure. Sure.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So the subclasses is same as whatever we have seen in the items. So formatting implicit explicit, that is also like if we are exclusively going for the delimiter for a particular group of fields, so then we will go with the explicit, and we are giving the value. Like for example, here if we choose it as explicit, then we are going with the delimiter, whether it is a fixed type or delimited. So those things we will describe in group, and also the initiator and terminator value. So that is like what is the field where the data starts and what is the delimiter value, or might be the end of the particular record. We can choose it. So in some cases, it is CRLF, like the carriage return, and LF is something like new line or something in Unix based. And in Windows, probably it will be a new line, usually the end of the field. So I think the category is nothing but like it's a bucket. So might be how many fields or something. So it can hold those properties. We can update it here. Is what I could get it from
Yes.
this class.
So yes, Sadiq. So really, I'm happy to see you are able to grab it in the first session only. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, the reason I asked you to explain. So when you explain, whatever you are done, whether you are clear or not, I can able to understand. That's the reason. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that, right? So my one portion has gone. I no need to sit reiterate to you now. Okay. Yes. Now in the first lab are the basics. So you understood the folder structures. You understood the type trees. Now, if you are going with the type tree, how you can create an item, how you can create an categories, how you can create groups, and what are the different type of properties that is happening. So you
Yeah.
got an understanding.
Correct.
Okay. So
Yeah.
did you do the type tree analyzer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I did
So
that. I think
before you do it,
still no.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
seeing your screen. So always save the project. Control S.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Control L, Control All will be saving all. So R in the top right, right? Sorry, top left under edit. You
This
see
one.
save
Hmm.
all.
Yeah.
Always go with the save all option. Yes, that's the save all. Okay, so
So
that
this
way.
is showing. I think when I did it right, it didn't come anything. Now it's
Oh,
some type
can
is
you
big.
do the type tree analyzer one more time? Let's do tree. Okay. So what it is telling?
So I think
Where it is telling?
the type is fixed. Must have a range value. Maybe the 0 to
Okay.
S or something. I need to change somewhere.
Okay, can you open the employer group, double click?
Okay.
Sorry, employee. Yep.
Employee. Here probably instead of 0, I think I should have
Right
one.
click. Right click on the detail. Yeah. I don't know. Some options I'm not seeing you. Save it.
I set range, right?
Yeah. No, I can see 1:, yes. No, that is fine.
Yeah.
Can you changed it right now?
Yeah, now I changed it.
Yeah. Can you do the type 3 analyzer? Yeah, some option not visible for me here. I don't know. Okay. So
Uh,
must have a maximum range value of the employee. Okay. Can you go to the details?
yeah.
Details will have all these fields.
So
Employee
should
name.
I set for
Mhm.
all this?
What is the instruction there in the document?
For this, they have not shared anything. So let me. So you're only seeing the this one, right? So I'll
Set the employee as 1:1 or 1:s. That should be okay. Okay.
employer one. Yeah, we instead of
Go there.
many,
Yeah.
we can set it to one or
0 to
zero or
0.
one
You
to
can set 0.
okay.
Can you set 1:1 for now?
Yeah, so it can have one record.
Yeah, 1:1 can be there.
Let
Do a type 3 analyzer.
yeah, uh, two were there. One is gone now.
Okay. So type is fixed, but component 1 is not fixed. Can you go to one
Details.
details?
Yeah.
Scroll down. Now this is correct only. All field should be.
So this is what they're saying.
No, no, that's correct. So can you go there?
It showed 0 to S, so that's why.
See again. Just want to check what is other property setting. Can you go there? Let's fix the issue.
Okay. To the employee or details.
Okay. Can you build? Can you do the analyzer? Just want to understand that structure and logic. So always go with.
Yeah.
Type is fixed, but it's not fixed. Employee rotator.
In any of the fields might be.
No, no. 1 second. It's not fixed. Can you double click on the field?
Sorry. I think here the format we have to give it as fixed or delimited
No, it should be fixed, I guess. Whatever I
because
can
it's
see.
explicit is there.
1 second. The property of the
Employee group.
employee. Right. 1 second. Employee group sequence and implicit. Nothing else. Is it correct? Can you go there? Go to your map.
Yeah.
Right click on the employee
Properties.
category. Yes. Properties. Okay. It should be group.
Okay.
Then intent general. Subclass should be sequence.
I
Partition
think
no.
this is the issue.
The
Format
partition no. Format should be implicit.
implicit. Okay. So got it. So that's the issue.
You have to save all always before you
Okay.
type. Okay.
Yeah,
So this
that's
is
the issue.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, so you're understanding, right? So try to understand where it is telling the issue.
Mm.
So you should able to figure out what field or which one, what kind of a things. So you should be able to understand. Okay. So
Yeah.
now you are successfully able to create a type tree. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me take it on. Type tree things. So what is type tree is a data dictionary that defines how types are classified. Okay. So whatever I explained you till now, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
document. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see the definition. So types and what are the these things. Type trees will be and what are the reason when we have to go what. Okay. So design the method, describe the data, assign class, define property, define component, build in additional validation. So even you can do the validations. Example, the component rule we have right here. Okay. So here field level, I can see the component value should be okay. Identifier value can be 100. Sorry, 1000. So if I set this, what is that means? The identifier value will be 100. I'm setting in a validation kind of a stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So this
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
following, right?
where did you go? Like for directly, we are going to the item level in the properties.
Yes.
We are
In
setting
the
the.
item level, you have to go toward a component.
Oh, okay. Double click on it and yeah.
Okay. So and then you can set the values. So this will be basically a kind of a validation properties you are setting. So example, so if you seen any of the this one, right, any web services or rest, if they're setting the state, then the state value will be either Tamil Nadu or Karnataka or
Mm.
Telangana or Andhra Pradesh. Only this kind of value is coming. Then you can put those value in the component. So that means only those are the valid values, and you no need to worry. Automatically, the validation will be taken care.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever the value we are putting, that will be a property which will be only allowed. So that's where it is an additional validation that we can put it. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we talked about properties, right? So name, this and all. So here it is a complete understanding for you. So example, if it is an item, if you are going an item, what are the subclasses there? What are the interrupts are there? What are the presentations are there? So whatever we talked about, right? Binary characters. If I'm setting it as a number, then it should be binary and character. If it is text, binary character. Date and time, this one. Syntax will be normal. If go with
Yeah.
the binary, what are this? So everything is documented here. I mean to say, again, I did not show you this before because
Okay.
you should get an understanding.
Yeah.
Now, each one, what is valid, what can come, so you can go through this document. Okay,
Sure.
I
Sure.
can share with you. Okay,
Yeah.
so what property, what is the needed, what should be done, what cannot be done, all examples I given here. Okay, so
Yeah.
if you see date and time, if you are setting in a date and time, even for a date and time there will be in a many formats. Okay, so example,
Okay.
if I go to this changing to date and time.
Date and time.
Okay,
Yes.
so you see by default the format will be coming. Okay,
Mm.
so you can set the format, you can do the things. So here itself you see it was CCYYMMDD, right?
Correct.
And then
Default.
here we have a many formats. So you can do all this, or you want to do the custom, right? So you
Mm.
can go for this also. So again, options are there. You can set the details. Okay, what you need to set. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is available. So next one is date and time. If you go, what is the format that is there? If you are selecting test, what are the other options is there? So if you are setting number, what are the options are there? If you are setting in a syntax again, just a normal way of doing it. Anyway, this one it will be there. And then in the group, ordered means choice, unordered. All these explanations are given. Okay.
Okay.
So
We
if
have
you see,
explanations. Okay. Yeah.
yes, all the explanations on this document. Okay.
Sure.
Now,
Yeah.
if see you talked about the explicit, implicit, right?
Correct.
What is that meaning? Everything here. See, I
Mm.
cannot sit and explain you in our 24 or that 20, 25 hours of session. I cannot explain this. So this
Correct.
all you can go through by yourself and
Mm.
understand how this will be and working. Okay. Again,
Sure.
you no need to learn all the things. You can learn on the fly or during the development or this one.
Mm.
Even we learn the same way. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's on the project this one. But at least to get on a basic level, what is there, what and all is there, yes, you can go. So you can understand these things. So initiator, terminator, what are the values? Okay.
Okay.
So again, all majority of the things, the definition, properties, information of that. So all it's given here. Okay. So even in the numbering, what is taken, decimal, whole number, separators. So all these concepts are explained in this document. Okay.
Sure.
So
Sure.
finally, right, in the date and time, you can do the custom. So it was there only the specific
CC.
format, right?
Yeah. Correct.
You can go with the custom options also. Again, how to do that also, the documentation explains you. Okay. So
Sure.
range will be setting. Then there's a final step, type tree analyzer. So how you have to do the analyzer. So then S for an L for an error for logical system, S for an structure. So we did right logical and
Mm.
structure one. Anything comes with the L is an
Okay.
okay. Ah,
Okay.
so even in the warning, whatever comes, L means it's a logical, S means it's a structural. So we
Structure.
are always going with a logic and structural, right?
Yeah.
So this is how you need to do the type treatments. Okay. So this document is talks about how to do the type tree and the details of that. Okay. So you're clear?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm clear. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll go through this document also.
Yes,
So
I'll share it.
yeah.
So based on that, I'll share today or tomorrow. Okay, based on
Okay.
how much we are covering. So I'll do that. So now you understood the type trees. Okay. So you are
Yeah.
clear how you can set the properties, how you can do the this one details, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've seen the type trees. It's basically the structure of the input or output side and the property of each field.
Hmm.
Now you are getting an requirement. The input is 10 field,
Hmm.
output is 10 field. Okay.
Hmm.
You are converting XML to JSON.
Hmm.
Now coming to a response transformation, it is going to be a 200 fields in the response.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Hmm.
200 fields, and you need to now JSON will be an input, the response input, and output you need to produce as a XML. Okay, so it's
Hmm.
going to be 200 fields.
Hmm.
Now you tell me how long it's going to take for you to create a type tree. Input is 10 field, so you need to create a two type tree with the
Hmm.
output is 200 fields, so you need to create a 200 fields. Again, top of that category, groups, all that you
Groups.
need to create.
Hmm.
So how long it's going to take?
I think we explored one option on the transformation, one too many, those kinds on the groups, right?
Hmm.
So I think that particular thing we can add it here
No,
in the output
no, no,
tree.
no. The question here, if you have to create a type tree for a 10 field and a 200 fields, how long
Yeah,
it
yeah, it
will
will
take
take
for
time.
you manually to create?
Manually, it will take time.
It will take time, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
because I given close to 10 field right now in that,
correct.
so you spend close to 20 minutes,
Yeah,
right? And if
yeah,
you roughly calculate 20 into 10 field, then
10,
in 20 times.
200 minutes. Yeah,
Huh. So definitely 3 4 days,
3 hours.
right?
Yeah.
And this is only one side you created. So if you think of two,
Hmm.
it's time consumptions, right? So then what we can do on this case? Okay,
Mm,
I'll tell you the
yeah,
answer.
getting, yeah,
So for that, you no need to create type trees manually. Okay. So
yeah.
what you have to do, as I mentioned, so so in the requirement time I told you, if you are dealing with understand what is the input, what is the output. If they're telling input is an XML, output is an a JSON, get the schema. So input is an a XML. So XML
Hmm.
there will be a schema.
Correct.
Okay. If it
Hmm.
is an output is JSON, get the Swagger or get the JSON file. Okay.
Okay.
Now you no need to sit and create a type tree manually. No need of that. That's where if you go to on a type tree, there is an option called import.
Import. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
to an import option, and here we have options. So whether it's a type tree,
Make
okay,
clear.
sorry, WSDL, schema, or DTD. WSDL also we have options. We have a copybook, okay.
Copybook. Okay.
Or if you go to the project, if you go to the import, right,
Yeah.
you see the JSON option here,
Correct.
okay. But in the type tree, see a
See.
JSON option,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
But if you go to on a project, go to an import option, there is a JSON. So why I'm showing this? If your input is JSON or output is JSON,
Hmm.
what you can do, simply take a JSON structure. Okay.
Okay.
JSON. I'm taking this. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'll write new file.
File under the project JSON.
JSON. I'll say finish. I'm pasting this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I have the JSON file. Okay. So
Hmm.
to see that it is there in this one, if you go to navigator, you can see here you will not be seeing.
Yes.
Go to this, go to an import, select a JSON. It will be asking to select. So this you can select in this one, or you want to select your file system, you can go with the another selection.
Okay.
Okay. So
In the
here
workspace or
remaining
something.
in the workspace itself on the project. That's why in this
I do.
I'll expand. This is a file.
JSON
Say
table. Correct.
okay. Next. Okay. It will be asking this detail. You select all of them. Then it will be giving .mtt. Select the project. The file name will be there. You no need to do anything. Click on next. It will show some these things. You finish it.
Warnings. Okay.
Okay. And say yes. Now, if you do this, okay, you see, I had only the JSON file with me, right? So it had a name, age,
ACT
city, some
student
student or not, and
hobbies.
hobbies.
Yeah.
Okay, in hobbies you see this one.
Reading and
Now you see for this alone you need to manually create. Then you think how you need at least spend 30, 15, 20 minutes,
yeah, it will
right?
take. Yes.
Huh. So now you no need to do anything. Whatever needed for this JSON to be supported,
Wow.
this
Yeah.
it will be generating everything for you.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So you see, it will have a input again. The structure will be creating
Structure
and
is. Yeah.
okay everything by itself. So you see internal helper again. It will create a lot of this one.
Mm.
So this is a file name JSON. So it had a complex type, a basic type, number, string, fields. Okay. Under
Mm.
string, you see its age field is in a string. It is there. Sorry, number is in the
Number.
age field because this cannot be an alphanumeric, right? It cannot be string. So that's why it is under this. Under string, you see city, name, other things. Then complex one, see it is an array, right? So you
Correct.
see the office is an array. Okay,
Mm.
everything is creating. Okay, then Boolean type. Okay, so you see where is that Boolean? See there.
Generic.
See here.
Yeah. A
In
student.
the
Yes.
generic, there is a Boolean with this one. Okay, so
Mm.
if you go to this, right? Go to on a property, you see it is text 4 bytes field, and it should be this,
Maximum pay
right? And
characters.
the tag should be identified with this, right?
Mm.
A language, because it's in a plain one, that's why it is considered as a, this one. Okay, Western and native languages. Okay, if you double click, see here component rule, true or false.
True or
Since
false.
it is in a Boolean field, the
Mm.
valid values should be
Either
accepted
should
for.
be. Yeah.
That's why it is taking. If I
Mm.
instead of true or false, if I would have given 0 or 1, again, if a Boolean you want to define it another way, instead of true or false, 0, 1
Yeah.
something, it will be added that way.
0 or 1. Okay.
Okay, so you are understanding, right? So
Yeah.
it will be putting the informations also. Okay, so even if you see the hobbies is array and inside whatever the details should be coming, it is having. So now, if you see name, age, city, student, hobbies should be there. So there is a output, right? If you see, I mean, this all it will be taking by default. So JSON data is the file name. That's where we generated. If you go to on a JSON, you see name, age, city, student. So you see basic string, number, string, Boolean type. It is going to be 0 or 1 because we created a field. By default, it is assuming it can become maximum 1 time. And object obvious will be an array. So array also it's a value. It can be anything. So a string type. Okay, so like this it will be generated. Now, whenever you create a type tree, okay, so you can create it from the for a JSON. You if you have a Swagger, you have to extract a JSON and you need to create a type tree from that. Okay, now what is the gold again? What is the rule that we have whenever you create a type tree?
It had to be tree. Okay.
Okay,
It's a
so
structure
there
and
will be
logic.
one golden rule. Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody in this, right?
Analysis.
So whenever Java program they do, the golden rule is build then run, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
same way, the golden rule for whenever you are dealing with the WTX and type trees, you create a new type tree or if you are making a new changes to the type tree, the always the golden rule you need to do the analysis. So you go structure and logical analysis. Okay, so it will be giving any error warning is there. So we already seen there were some warning,
Right.
no errors during the creation also. But it's always good
Logical
to
one.
do the validation whenever the type tree is generated. Okay. So as I
Okay.
mentioned, you can ignore the component warnings. So only the error should be fixed. Okay. So
But
now,
here, Anand, so it's creating multiple fields and values, right? So
correct.
it created Boolean as a item, and in that it has created as
It can have. So I told you, right? See, again, even the item can have this one. So again, you can go through this document. That and all
yeah.
not harming, but yes,
It
that's
can
also
have,
possible.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So because a null also it has taken as a this one. If you go to the
Oh,
null, what it is there as a property?
okay.
Uh, yeah.
So this is accepting the null value. Okay.
So those are like
Go to
just
property.
value or yeah
Correct.
property.
So if you
Uh,
see in the component rule, whatever is there in the item, it is
hmm.
an validation value. Only these values can be accepted.
Okay. This we can consider as like setting default values.
We are setting these are the allowed values, not a default value.
Default
These are the
allowed
allowed
values.
values.
Okay. We can define multiple values also.
Correct. You can set how many. See, that's what I showed you, right? This
The Boolean
student one
is
you see true or false.
true or false.
Here even you can set zero or one also
One.
can come as a you can consider.
So in this list, it will take it as the proper
Correct.
value.
Correct.
Okay.
Allowed
Okay.
values,
Allowed
not
values.
proper value. Allowed value for a
Okay.
clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes. So you no need to create a type
Create.
trees manually. Okay. So manually the properties, field, values, everything will be extracted by this system and it will create a type tree for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So similar way. Okay. If you have a schemas, okay, you no need to sit and do that type tree creation. Go import schema. Okay. Select a projects. Okay. I'll select projects. Go here. Okay. I'll select this. I'll say, and here are different options. You don't change anything. So
Mhm.
you go with the Western. This also default one. Access you can go. Don't go with this one. Don't change any other options. So you can default it as same and
Okay.
select the project that should be targeted. Say finish. It will open. Okay. So whenever we create a type tree, we make a change. The golden tool to do the analyze. Do analyze, no errors. Now, if you explore this one, okay, you see many categories, many classes, subclasses, everything created, right? Items all. And you see this is a property for the choice. You see, this is choice one. Okay, global is a choice one. You
So
see
it
here,
is
right?
showing in the different one, right? Like the Google.
Ah, correct. See, what I'm telling, the structure, the field will be created, extracted, created by the tool. You no need to worry. Depends on the, again, if it is a schema or JSON, it will create a different structure. So you no need to worry. See, only thing is whether this is following the same order or not. If you see our JSON, name should be first, age should be second, city should be next,
Mm-hmm.
if student is then hobby should be the next field. So is the same order is there? Yes, it is there. Then it's the same. Same here also same case. So whatever is there, it is there. If you see, this is a one schema will have both request and response structure. So as I mentioned, right? See, in a single time, either request or response come, but both cannot be come, right? Both
Correct.
group cannot be come. That's why if you see or fault, so you see three things are kept it: request, response, fault. So if you see in the this one global, under global, these three are choice groups. Okay, that means any one will be coming at a time. So that's why this global property is on a choice groups. Okay, inside whatever you are keeping, that will be coming only one. Again, only if you are mentioning multiple, only one will be coming at a time. That's why it is a choice. Clear? This
Yeah,
is an
but
example.
confusion is so for JSON we took one structure and we did it. So
Correct.
for this, can't we do
We
the
took the
similar
schema.
pattern?
We took the schema.
We took the schema.
That's what I told you, right? Okay. See, I'll create it one more time. I'll go for type 3, import. I'll select the XML
Oh,
schema. Now I have
some.
the XML with me, the schema file. Now I'll
Hmm.
go here. You see, I'm selecting the schema file here. You are seeing my screen?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm selecting this schema message. I'm saying OK. Click on next. So this option is default. It will be asking the name. So you want to change it, you can change the name of the file also. Okay. And then
Okay.
select the project, click on next and finish it. And it will be asking to open. So whenever do it, go for on a structure, logical
Structure and
analyzer, save it, done. Now, if you see, this is the same thing. Okay. This
hmm.
is generated out of the schemas file. Okay. This
Okay.
is generated out of the JSON. Okay. Yes. So
Yeah.
you see the root is started with XSD, root is started with JSON.
JSON. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all the file property order, whatever is needed, this tool will be extracting from that corresponding file and then okay. So you
Yeah.
are clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the real projects, again, rarely you are going to create a type trace manually.
Yeah. I opened this PDF, and this is what we had.
Okay. So in this package, you see two things, right?
Yeah.
So what is the file I given, right? It's basically in a copybook. Okay.
Copybook. Okay.
Copybook. The extension of the copybook always will be CPOI.
Hmm. This is a mainframe one, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. If you are dealing with the mainframe system, it is in a
Hmm.
copybook structure is what you are
Copybook.
going to get.
Hmm.
So similar, like I told you, right? If you are dealing with the REST API, it's a Swagger. If you are dealing with the web services, it's going to be a WSDL and schema. If you are
Wisdom.
dealing with on a mainframe, yes. If you are dealing with on a mainframe, it's going to be a copybook.
Yeah.
Okay. So to do that now, we can do the transform of copybook format, right? So that's why this. So now go open the document. The lab for second lab, okay, creating a type tree using a copybook.
Okay.
Okay. So you can start this lab.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
come back in 5 minutes. So you can start doing it. You again, you if you want, you create a separate project with lab two, lab one thing, and then keep doing it. Okay. See, whatever you are creating, we are going to use it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
So I can create a new project because lab one was there.
So you can create lab two.
Lab two also I can create.
Yeah, you can create multiple projects and then you can keep doing it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
I'll come back in 5 minutes and fill water.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
So, did you able to create?
I think I'm doing it. Anand.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait. You finish it.
And this thing TP API, right? So that is default only, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
correct.
if I go
Correct.
back
Correct.
here, master
Yeah,
REC.
that's the same thing. You no need to change anything. When you create a type tree from these things, right? Copybook, JSON, this and all, you
Yeah.
don't change any options. You go with the defaults.
Okay. Uh, Anand, it should create in the type trees folder, no?
Sorry.
This type tree should be placed in this particular folder, no?
Whatever project you are selecting, it will be created under which
No,
project you select.
this particular MTT should be under this type tree folder
No,
in
always
the
the
project.
type tree will be comes under type tree folders. You no
So
need
this
to
copybook and all, okay, this is miscellaneous.
so miscellaneous. You are seeing that copybook, but I
Correct.
think you selected a WTX Lab One project. Go there. I think the type tree created under that.
Okay, okay, okay.
When you create it, right? You should be selecting which project you need to
Okay,
create.
okay. It came here.
It came here, right? That's why. So you no need to specify the folders when you are creating a type tree. Automatically,
Mm.
the file will be created under type tree folder with the MTT file.
Okay. So we'll
Okay,
create it again because it went to
you can,
lab one.
or you can do a copy paste to that also. Okay, so simple copy paste will work. Sometimes the property this problem is there. That's where we have a export option. So select export. You can select type tree. So this is the one option that you can use it. select from that. There will be a type tree will be selected. Okay, I think all the type tree will be selected in this case. You need to specifically go with the type tree selection. Cancel. Go with the specific one. Then no. I think you have to do the export from the lab one and import it in the lab two. You are doing it in the wrong. That's it.
This I need to.
You can go with the type tree folder. Go for an export. Export type tree. Here you can select. Correct. First select the correct. Now you can give the folder where you want to save this and then import directly there. So whenever you copy one type tree from one project to other project, right? Always go with the export import option. That will be taking all the properties without a miss. Sometimes just copy paste may lead into some problems.
Yeah.
Now the project to type tree import. Now you need to select.
System.
No, wait, cancel. Not a file system. Cancel. Right click, import. So you have to go to type tree maker. Now select the location. Yeah. Now yours in the no, yours is not in the project. You exported and store it
Okay.
in the desktop. No, wait. Click on the triple dot. Wait. Click
Yeah.
on the triple dot. Now there is a triple dot in the down also you see. By
Yeah.
clicking this, that will take you to your system. From here you can select. Next. Select the project. Did you select the type tree?
Yeah.
So say finish. Next. Now select the project too. Next. Finish it. So that's why we have this option. Okay.
Okay. Okay. You
So
got it.
you can one project to other project if you want to transfer some type trace, you always go with the, import export. Copy paste also will work. Sometimes if a lot of complex rules are there, it will not be
Yeah.
copying properly. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now as I said, what is the rule once you create a type tree?
Copy book is the rule.
Type tree analyzer.
Multiple fields.
Do the analyzer, structure, and logic.
One warning.
Warning can be fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's try to understand what is there in the copybook. Can you open the copy?
This py file.
Copybook, CPY.
This one.
Yes. Right click. Yeah. Now what is there in this? Just try to understand. I'll explain.
Yeah.
So you dealt with again the copybooks earlier. At least you are aware of it.
But a structure I'm aware. Like this is a definition of pick is something like defining a value. X of 9
Yeah,
is
right.
9
Same
characters.
thing, Satish. So
Okay. Okay.
if web service again, I'm reiterating, don't mind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No.
if you're defining the web service, WSDL and schema, we need to create it. That will talk about the structure property. If you are dealing with Rust, it's a Swagger file. If you are dealing with a mainframe, so then copybook is an file which will talk about what is the fields, what is the property of it, right?
Yeah.
So this is the definition when we are dealing with the mainframe. Now you see, as you mentioned, these are the field and value. Example, the first field for this one is an account number. It should be in a 9 bytes.
9.
Then
So
record type. It should be in a some X something is
X.
there. Then amount. So S94B99. So basically, totally 11 digit. 9 digit is an whole number. Then
4
two
is
digit,
decimal.
yeah, dot of 00, that two digit will come. So next one is a bill number, some
Yeah.
properties, this or that, right? So basically it's the if you are dealing with the mainframe, it's a fixed length message that is going to come. So I shown it in my screen, right? You remember, right? We have
Yeah.
one data without a delimiter characters, one
Hmm.
with delimiter character. So the one without a delimiter, it's always deal with this mainframes. Okay,
Okay.
the fixed bytes. So I mean to say, first 9 bytes, it's always considered as account number. So example, in the first 8 bytes, you first 4 bytes you kept it actual account number. Then if you are keeping your name, then first 9 bytes it will be considering as account number. Whether you kept it your name or you kept it the other thing, it will not be bothering. Understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it will be always going with the size. Okay, so here you see that property now. So account one, it's a text field. Okay, zero here. Scroll down. Max byte, it's not taken. Huh?
Not
It's
even.
I don't know why it is not coming, but by max byte it will be taking 9. Okay.
9.
Account type. Can you go with the account type? Right click property.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you see the max bytes is there, right? Scroll
Yeah.
down. See here you see that padded. Everything is setting by
Mm.
itself, right? You are not setting anything manually,
Anything.
right?
Okay.
Now can you check for the decimal one? The amount you see here.
Yeah.
Uh, you
Bytes
see
length.
length, implicit place, how many it should come, right?
Yeah.
Right. So everything it will be setting. So then date you can check it. Date dd.
Yeah.
So it's a two weight field. Okay. Fixed size. So you see that every
Mm.
property is extracted, right?
Yeah.
So see, it is everything what is defined it in the file, it will be extracting it.
Okay.
Okay. So you're good.
Yeah. So this in the real time, if we
Hmm.
have the values,
Hmm.
so probably that will take that schema value, right?
Correct,
Or the
correct. If
property.
it is a value in the sense, see, property will talk about only the properties. I mean to say, if it is text number, what is the
Mm.
min size, what is the max size, only that it will take. If
Yeah.
it is any valid values, example, Boolean, it should be accepting true or false, it will be in the component rule.
Correct.
Component rule, what is there? That is a valid value. Property will talk about the property of that particular character.
Field. Yeah.
Field. Simple. Understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So hope you are good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah.
So you are good, right? So see, I can instead of lab one, I should have gone to this also, right?
Correct.
But
Correct.
you
Yeah.
need to understand each and everything. So later, when you
Mm.
do the debugging, the failure time, so you should know everything, properties, what is this. So that's why this is planned. Okay. So
Sure.
hope you are
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah. I'm
Now
good.
there is a master record in the record. Can you see in the last?
Correct.
Yeah. Double click that. You see this? This is how that field is. Whatever there in the copy book, same structure, amount, record type, everything will be coming in the same structures.
Okay. Account number, record type, amount. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. So it will be followed the same way.